Right.
I totally appreciate the
Oh no!
Oh my
Canadian, so that's like
I really love
What happened to my preamp?
didn't even start for 40
My case cell, I got
seconds. It
nice.
was just me walking.
No. This is a new mode.
Canadian.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I like
anything that is
I mean, I've been through it during the window and now
exchange rate. That's
check this out. So, this is I can put like a little finest knot there, and then just use it as a voltage offset generator. Now, let's push this.
It looks like the kind of suitcase that would have went on a flight with in the 60s. Wow. Are you just a straight deal hunter? Is that your thing? Do you coupon? Okay.
It's so unhappy. Sounds perfect.
Still maintain these.
Trying to figure itself out.
Well, mainly because the main thing of all these things,
It's like you're being on a space station and getting some radio frequencies. Oh, that is the nostalgia delay that I'm just.
Shadow of the spider.
Yeah. It's like looking at the spider, yeah.
Bring me up just a hair. Right here. I'll even have you up front. Just oh. All the way up, all the way down.
I brought this down so you have.
Okay, this is Jonas, and he's with Seaside Modular. So,
hey,
Jonas, tell us
how's it going, guys? Good to see you on video here. I'm showing my new module, Proteus. Proteus was originally a VCV rack module, and now it's come to life as a real thing. What it does is it is a generative sequencer. It creates melodies, and it repeats that melody over and over again. And every time it repeats the melody, there's some chance it's going to get bored and scrap the melody and start over. And the light in the center there, which turns slowly from blue to pink. Sometimes it turns up better on film if I turn the lights down a little bit. It gets pinker as it gets more and more impatient, and that represents the chance it's gonna destroy the melody and start with a new one. You can control that with the patience knob, so if you want the melody to change really frequently, you turn it all the way down, and it's gonna make a new melody very often. If you want it to kind of repeat for a long time, you can turn patience all the way up until it's actually going to repeat infinitely. So you have control over the patience of the module. You also have control over the types of notes that it uses. So it's all quantized. It uses musical scales, and it weights the musical scales to pick good notes from the musical scale. So it tries to make really, really nice sounding melodies. And you've got some control over the parameters in the algorithm itself. You've got control over the scale. You can put custom scales in there with the USB slot. You can change the density of the notes. You've got a lot of control over the kinds of variations that are going to happen while it's repeating. And that's the general idea, is to kind of play with the balance between repetition and variation. Just kind of let it go.
Cool. And I know I've already seen a couple shrimp walking around with it already.
Yes,
they purchased it. So
there are some shrimps. I don't know what you guys call yourselves, shrimpies. Shrimpers.
Yep.
Shrimpifiers. Yes.
Yeah.
Your fellow shrimps have a couple, so ask them about it.
Yeah. Where can people go to check it out?
They can go to seaside.digital as my website. We also have a Discord. You're welcome to join us. I know you guys are all in a million of them, but we're happy to have you. And you can find me online. My online is Blue Nautilus if you encounter me there. So see you around.
Cool. Thank you, Jonas. Appreciate it. This is Ray from Swampflux. Tell us about what you got.
Hey there, I'm Ray. Swampflux, we're based in South Carolina, USA, and we got 2 modules. The thing that we had last year, which is the biggest foot, is a modulator controller combo. It's got a lot of features, but the main star of the show is the balance board on the floor there. Acts as a controller, and I'll come around actually. So I'm controlling the cutoff of this filter by just leaning back and forth. It's sort of in your hips, and the voice that you're hearing is the Mi Clone, which is a reissue of Alitronics Micron. Here's the original here, and here's the reissue. The reissue comes as a DIY kit, which I'm only selling here at Knobcon currently, but by the time you see this video, they'll be online on the Swampflux website. Those are the main 2 things. If you're not familiar with Biggest Foot, that's probably got the most features, like being able to run autonomously. So you don't have to necessarily have the balance board, or you can like record stuff into it. So I can record something like that and then play it back, slow it down or speed it up. Or I can put it into a one-shot mode where it activates on key press or something. So those are the main features of Biggest Foot. As make your own envelopes, make your own modulations, and you can modulate a lot of stuff. Since it's got 9 outputs and it's only 8 HP, that means it's smaller than the Planar 2. It's got a way to blend between recording and the live input together, which the Planar 2 cannot do. It's smaller than the Planar 2, it's got more outputs than the Planar 2, and it's cheaper.
Okay. All right, and everybody can go to swampflux.com, correct?
Swampflux.com is where I've got all this stuff.
Cool.
Thanks.
Hey, thanks so much, Ray.
Appreciate it.
Anyway, thanks for doing what you do.
Okay, we're at Eternal Research,
Hi.
and we wanted to check out the Demon Box.
That's
so,
this.
Yeah, please tell us.
Yeah, this is our product. It's called the Demon Box. It takes electromagnetic frequencies of any kind, and then it outputs audio, 3 channels of mono and 1 stereo output, 3 CV outputs, and 2 MIDI over DIN and USB-C. And then it has 3 audio auxiliary inputs. So basically, right now you're hearing a Euro rack patch I made, and you can kind of use it as like a controller for that. You can hear sounds. You can use it as a weird sound source. Speaking of, it's controlling this video here. Over MIDI, over Max MSP. So yeah, it's a performative controller. It's a strange sound source, and that's what it does.
Super cool. And do you want to go website just to
Oh yeah, you
shout
can
out?
go to our website at eternalresearch.com.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so
You can
much.
pre-order it there.
Okay, we're here at Oberheim, so tell us what's new.
Hi, yeah, we have the new TO5 desktop module here that just came out, which is the desktop version of the TO5 keyboard. And then also on the sequential side, we have the new Take 5 desktop module, the desktop module version of the Take 5 keyboard. All the same parameters, same controls, everything's the same. The layout's slightly different. The only difference is the lack of the keyboard on the desktop module. So there's no sacrifice in parameters or features. Great way to save some money, save some space. We know that's a premium these days.
Yeah, super cool. All right, and everything's available for order now, correct?
Yeah, everything's available for order now. Currently, the Take 5 is on sale for $12.99 at dealers. And then the real tail price for the Take 5 desktop module is also $12.99. So both are $12.99 at the moment.
Okay.
And yeah, available at retailers worldwide.
All right, excellent. Hey, thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, this is Evan from Novation, and he was going to talk to us about the new Launch Control XL.
Yeah. So we're stoked to be at Knobcon 2025. This is the brand new Launch Control XL 3. So this is an update from the previous Launch Control XL. So some new features. We have endless encoders now. So you can twist them and they keep going and they keep going. So that's really handy when you're working in software and you're switching between tracks. As soon as you hit the encoder, that value is going to be right where it was before. We also have 5-pin MIDI on the back, which is new. So you can hook this up directly to external hardware without having to route it through some sort of USB MIDI converter. 8 faders here. We have 16 buttons on the bottom and transport control. And we have the ability to load 15 different custom modes onto the Launch Control. And a custom mode allows you to control external hardware, drum machines, synthesizers, things like that. And the editor is very simple and easy to use. It's called Novation Components. So we can choose an encoder that we want to program, choose the CC value or NRPN value, the CC number, what MIDI channel we want to send it out of, and then it's as simple as sending to our Launch Control. And then now that custom mode lives on the Launch Control. So you can save 15 of those onto the unit itself. So if you have a lot of external hardware, you can save your custom modes onto this, hook it up, and then have 24 of these encoders, 8 faders, and use them to control anything that accepts MIDI. So these released a couple weeks ago, so they're brand new. The price point is $249. You can find them at every major music retailer. And it comes with scripts for Ableton Live, Logic, FL Studio, Reason, and Cubase. So yeah, that is the brand new Launch Control XL3.
Cool, Evan, thank you so much. Appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah, no problem.
Hey, I'm Emily from Landscape, and this is our newest instrument. It's the Ferris, which resonates any steel-stringed instruments. You just turn the thumb wheel, And then the earth magnets underneath this rotating disc are gonna resonate the scale-stringed instruments, creating a polyphonic sound, which you could hear with these headphones. It's got a rev button on the side. Also a touch plate will rev it, so that creates a strumming effect. This works great with guitar, piano, harps, bass, psalteries, and then also you can really resonate any metal object by using earth magnets on the object. So there's lots of like really fun experimental uses for the Ferris as well.
That is super cool. And yeah, I know we can't hear it here, but I messed with it a little bit and it sounds really fascinating. So hey, thank you for taking me through that.
Yeah, and if you go to landscape.fm, you can hear lots of audio samples and video also.
Cool, thank you. Hey, this is Mike from Synthrise. Talk to us about these gear stands.
All right, thanks a lot. We've got adjustable desktop synth stands. We have 10 models. They come in sizes of small, medium, large, anywhere from 1 to 3 tiers, plus an add-on tier that extends your sizes. Everything's about adjustability. You can adjust the width, small, medium, large. So you can easily adjust the width of the stand. You can even flip it into a steep orientation and move the hooks. You have the ability to put your hooks anywhere you want, so you can install the hook down here, you can slide it up here. You can add extra hooks if you want to double up and have an expansion there. You can even add this in case you have a super huge gear. There's even the ability to change the angle of the stand by adding hooks and using them as like little stilts to tilt it up and down. Some of our 2-tier stand is incredibly adjustable and expandable. It's really useful. I could go on and on forever. Here's the tier that you add on top. So if you want to expand it and go to a 3-tier, you can bolt that on there, and you can bolt it on in any of 3 different orientations, and it comes with mounting hardware. The other thing is our brand new gear rail, Adapt gear rail. This thing changes from 20 inches wide onto 36, and it lets you span gear up here to sit above like a big keyboard or a mixer or a bunch of pedals. And these are all adjustable angles from nearly vertical to anything else. And you can lock that angle in once you've found the angle you like. You can even put a shelf on there. Or you can set it up to be totally horizontal. Put a big laptop or mixer on there. So lots of possibilities.
Cool. And people can find you at
synth-rise.com.
Cool. Thank you so much, Mike. Appreciate it. Okay, this is Jim from Infinite Machinery. Tell us what you've got, Jim.
I have an array of modules here to kind of set you up for modular. I have 3 different VCOs, a dual VCO that has through 0 FM and exponential FM, as well as VCA on the FM for both VCOs. Kind of a price to be like 2 VCOs in one. I have a rather basic VCO that has a solid triangle and pulse with modulated outputs. It's based on the Sound Semiconductor 2144 chip. Very stable, tracks across about 8 octaves very nicely. I have my single through 0 VCO, which is really based on the 2130 SSI chip. Also very, very clean, very stable. A 6-channel VCA. So you get 6 VCAs banked and normalized to banks of 3 each. These are all linear, very affordable, very nice VCA. Over here I have my envelope generator. You get an ADSR with VC on all the stages of the ADSR. And my low pass filter based on the SSI 2144 chip. Classic low pass filter. The 2144 is a remake of the SMS 2040. And I also have, this is one of my newest little things. It's kind of a little DIY, simply a module, but it's a utility for supplying voltage outside of the case, so you can power up modules outside of your case for testing and calibration. And it also supplies 10 and 5 volt outputs for testing CV.
Cool. And where could people go to online to check this out?
InfiniteMachinery.com.
Well, excellent. Jim, thank you so much. Okay, this is Gabe, and Gabe is going to tell us about Glowfish.
Yeah, so this is the Glowfish. It's a MIDI sequencer capable of playing 16 simultaneous sequences that are monophonic. This is overview mode. You can look at all the sequences doing their thing. These are the active steps. As you can see, you can alter sequence length and things like that, Euclidean parameters like number of beats, by holding down a button and then twisting the knob. You can also zoom into any sequence by pressing that knob. Now we're in the red sequence, and you can edit everything on a per step basis. Velocity, gate length, everything like that. And I can zoom back out. Now I see everything. You can also edit the range, output range of any sequence. So this one, I'm expanding now the pitch range that the sequence is going through. And then you can transpose that range by going up or down. And to edit all sequences at the same time, you can hold that same button and just turn this knob, which I'm calling the captain knob. Okay, everything transpose up, transpose down. This sequence right now, this is rainbow because it's currently transposing the pitch quantizer. And everything is running through a global pitch quantizer, which itself is being harmonically transposed by one of the sequences. That's pretty much it. Cool. You'll also actually be able to have banks of just normal MIDI knobs too, if you want.
Excellent. And did I hear you right that this is still in production?
Still in production, yeah.
Okay.
This is very much a prototype.
Yeah.
But next year, mid-year, hopefully, we're going to have it in full production.
All right. Excellent. Website or anything yet, or still working on that?
Yeah, still got a website, glowfish.tech. Is that what you asked, the website?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so anyone can sign up for the list, and I'll send people the production updates as we get closer.
Okay. Excellent. Hey, Gabe, appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right. Hey, this is Brady, and Brady's going to talk to us about the Magic Dot.
Yeah. The Magic Dot knob module is an advanced digital knob system for enhancing the user experience of electronic musical instruments and pro audio systems. It does that with the Magic Dot display, which provides manufacturers an easy way to implement patch recall. The Magic Dot knob module also includes an integrated haptic feedback system. Down the line, manufacturers can implement custom tactile effects corresponding to certain parameters. In this demo, there's a tactile effect at the upper and lower boundaries of the knob to indicate when you've reached a boundary. The Magic Dot knob module is designed to be compact, versatile, and easy to integrate in an OEM system. All you need to integrate it is the custom footprint format. If you draw that on the motherboard, you can solder on the knob module just like any other component. You can solder it to the top from the bottom, or you can adapt the footprint to use the through holes and mount it to pin headers for virtually unlimited vertical position adjustment. This weekend, I'm introducing development samples, up to 99 per customer, for $49 each. For OEM production with 100 or more, you can contact High Music directly, and we'll see what it looks like at scale. So it's a bit about the Magic Dot knob module by High Music.
Excellent. Hey, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Tuli's jamming out in the lobby. So Tuli, tell us about your rig.
Cool. So we got kind of a hybrid rig. It's pretty cool. I like it. This is where to start. Let's start with the tempo. So over here we have our XR20 Akai beat station. Factory samples, no ability to load new samples, so it comes with what it's got. It's got a synth voice, one-shot drums, and a tap tempo button, the most important part. That's driving the tempo on Launchpad Pro.
which is running custom firmware. It's got Subsequently on it, which is a sequencer. And then the voice for the sequencer is the Yamaha QI70, which is a 16 voice, a bunch of polyphony, 90s synthesizer, and a sequencer. And that's all running into a mixer. And then we also have my little Hercules Starlight, which is a mini DJ controller, and it's hooked up with a camera adapter to the phone. So the phone's pretending to be a computer. It's doing an okay job. And running some DJ software, and the controller is like a mouse, and connected with the camera adapter, little USB hub, which is just providing power for everything, and data for the Starlight. So we can, like change the what's going on with the DJ set. Right now we've got a loop set with some Eddie Vedder. But yeah, we're also jamming here in Knobcon. We got Star over here providing excellent vocals. And I don't know, what else to tell you about?
Yeah, that works.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's great.
I got that.
Yeah, super simple, but
Mixer,
super effective.
yeah.
So awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, Luquado, this might not be your full setup from your Saturday night performance, but take us through what you've got here.
Sure. It all starts with the Oxy One Mark II, which is a sequencer controller. It is a phenomenal piece of gear. The Mark II, different from the Mark I, added 4 additional sequencers, which is more than enough for what I'm driving here in my live rig. It has all these different modes for each individual sequencer. It's incredibly powerful. I find it to be a very expressive and playable sequencer, which is great for real-time performance. Then we've got my mixer, which is the Roland MX1, which is a performance mixer. So what that means, it's got 18 ins and outs, and what a performance mixer means is that I can have the master channel effects or individual beat effects, they're called, on each individual channel that I can sequence using these buttons up here. So if I want to have a bit crusher only come in on the end part of a beat, I can just sequence it, trigger it, good to go. We've got the Roland TR-8S as my drum machine. It's a standard piece of kit, but I love it because you can load your own samples into it. I have a bunch of custom kits that I've created with my own samples, as well as the incredible built-in samples. It does an emulation of vintage, various vintage Roland drum machines too. So you have control like you would on the actual drum machine. It's phenomenal. My MIDI router is the Conductive Labs MRCC, plus the remote, the MRCC Remote 7, they call it here. This is great because I've got my inputs and my outputs, and I can route anything just by pushing a button and send various things to various places very easily. And then the remote just has 5 outputs and it connects via Ethernet. So this is the synthesizer case. I love this thing. We've got the Moog Minotaur, which is a phenomenal bass synthesizer. Got that classic Moog sound, give you a good rumbly low end, but you can get the squelchy bass if you want to. Then we've got the Roland SEO2, which I kind of picked up on a lark. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't entirely sure about it, but I absolutely adore this thing. It's got kind of a mini Moog type of a sound to it, but it can get very vicious or it can get very smooth. It's a mono synthesizer. We've got the Fader Fox PC4, which right now I'm using just to control effects across my various synthesizers, or a reverb delay and my eternal verb, which is my ambient verb. We've got the Roland S1, which is the tweak synthesizer. It's a fun little piece of kit. I haven't used it as much as I want to, but it is really a lot of fun. And what's key, going back to the MX1, is that the S1, the SEO2, and the TR-8S can hook up via USB. So while the MX1 only has 6 channels of analog audio, this is digital audio coming straight from the Roland ecosystem, synchronized and controllable directly from the MX1. Continuing on over here, we've got the NanoBox Tangerine. I'm about to replace this with the Bitbox Micro, just because I want the more outputs. But this is a sampler, and it has multi-sampling capabilities, 8 pads. Each can have their own MIDI channel and be controllable that way. Then we've got the Access Virus C, which is a phenomenal synthesizer. It's a permanent fixture in my synth case here. This is, if you don't know the Access Virus C, trust me, you have heard it. You have heard it from Depeche Mode, you've heard it from Nine Inch Nails. It is a phenomenal piece of kit. Has a very unique sound to it, but it is obviously very programmable, very controllable, and an incredibly deep synthesizer. I love the sound of it. It has become a fixture in my electronic music. Then we have what I call my floating synth. This can be any number of synthesizers. For Knobcon, I loaded in the Waldorf Blofeld, which is a digital synthesizer that definitely can get vicious, has a great built-in arpeggiator sequencing capabilities and things like that. Only downside of it is that it requires a lot of menu diving, but they do have a computer app that you can use when you're working on building your sounds and your presets. I haven't messed with that yet. I've literally done it all on the device. And using some of the built-in presets are great. The floating synth can also be Mini-Logue XD in my rig, a Korg Wave State, or a Behringer TD3. So depending on the genre that I'm doing, these are all Velcroed down on these analog cases, Unison XL cases. So these are all just attached via Velcro. I can just rip it out, put a different synth in, Velcro it down, put the lid on, go out to a gig. Right now, it's all going into Ableton, but this is about to be replaced with a different type of a setup. But Ableton is primarily used just for these effects that you see on the Fader Fox here. And that's my rig for dance music.
Cool. Excellent. Hey, thanks so much for taking us through that.
Not a problem.
Appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Toto Robin was one of a couple shrimps that performed here at Knobcon, so I was able to get a chance to take a look at the rig, and I'm super happy we could get this done early and get it out of the way before everything went, everything got a little crazy. So it was good. So, Robin, tell us about what the plan was when you started to build this.
Okay, so the focus of the afternoon abstract set for Knobcon is meant to be more of explores either ambient or like some levels of experimental drone work, some like down tempo. So it's meant to be kind of like an offset to, where there's so much techno or dance or whatever. So we were each given the ability to do a 20-minute set. So what my thought process is, for a lot of people who see me stream, a lot of the kind of the vibe is usually very kind of soft or twinkly, melodic ambient. And I wanted elements of that in this patch, but I also wanted it to be not quite that, to have certain elements kind of flow in over time that people may not necessarily expect, but still be in line with what I do. So the way that I set up this patch, not all the modules that are in here are in use, but most of the stuff that's in the top rack were involved in the patch. So the way that I set this up is that the particular patch that was used for the Knobcon set is literally using 7 VCOs. 7 VCOs, and then using Rample as my drum kit, so having 4 drum samples run through that. So those are all of the sounds that we're going to go through the set. And the way that I have this function is that for all of the VCOs, I use 2 from Noise Engineering gamut repetitors, which are basically generative Turing machines, and there's it's almost 4 Turing machines all in one module, and they all play well together in the sense of you can set the scale, you could set the root note, you can set the amount of variability where it's going to infinitely change the notes that are playing, or you can scale it back to be okay, I like this pattern set, I'm gonna bring it so at a certain point it's just gonna play those last 16 notes over and over again until I change it again. So it has customization, and you can also use CV to change that. So the gamut repetitor is basically generative sequencing all of the VCOs. Then what I try to do in this particular patch is that each VCO kind of has its own path. So in the way that some of them will have designated effects modules, because I lean very heavy into reverb, delay, tape warble, things like that. So if I take the first voice of the patch, because normally a lot of times I start with one voice, set that up, and then do layering of each additional voice and how it plays well off of each other. So if I take Incus Iceratus Alea, I have that VCO, and then I'm actually running it through an effects module, in this case, Pladask Drad, which I'm using a tap delay line. So that's running through a tap delay line, and then that's going into the mixer. I might have a different VCO that's using a very particular type of filter, maybe a different type of delay, and then that runs in. So some of the VCOs have designated effects modules that are only aligned with that. Some of them have specific low pass gates or filters to sculpt the sound of those, but each of those will run into this mixer here. This mixer also allows me to have two auxiliary sends. So the way that this current patch is set up, one of the sends is going to Yester Versio as my 3-tap delay, and then the other auxiliary line is going into 2 layers of reverb, both a stereo drad and Desmodus Versio for some shimmer reverb. So I'll have those as 2 separate delay lines, and delay and reverb as effects lines. And then with this mixer, I can take each channel and customize how much delay. Like if I go into like channel 1, which I have set up for Incus. In this, I have auxiliary A and B. So in this case, I have like 81% reverb being affected by that. Like the next channel I'm having like 73% reverb and 100% delay. So I can kind of mix and choose how I want for each channel. So all of these are going into this mixer in terms of VCOs. Most of them have their own designated filter. And then separately to sculpt it, over time in the patch, I start like including drums. So I've got Square Rample over here, and that is running into both its own individual filter for a little bit of distortion, into a submixer, which then runs into the main mixer. So again, this at least allows me to kind of, for the drums, like fade each part of the drums in of itself, and then be able to, in the main mixer, bring it in and out as much as I want to. Other elements, I guess with the patch, like having this number of voices, like a lot of what I like to do is like take one voice, let it kind of like, let it simmer in its own way and the way that effects that are applied to that. I'll bring another voice in and let them play off of each other and how they, like how they might sound together, how they might provide conflict. Then a lot of times I'll either add a third voice or I'll take away the original one so that the second voice allows itself to sit and sound like how it sounds like on its own without any other influence. So this patch basically allows me to take all of these voices and like they can either stand alone really well, or towards the end of the set, I had all of the voices playing at the same time to kind of have it almost like in a symphony kind of way. And then over time, just take one away. And I think by the end of it, like there was like 3 voices left before it was like filtered out. So kind of the essence of it.
Cool. Yeah, and obviously it went well, and I think if you go to the Discord, people can see the performance, so get an idea what it sounded like, and that was great. So hey, appreciate you taking us through the rig, and we're looking forward to the next set.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I'm just gonna be like, here's my thing, and it's like, whatever. So.
Tape stuff.
Faders, effects, EQ, booth. Faders, effects, EQ, booth.